nyanya go bona le phoswana e nyane o phuleile
other radio stations will say.
What's up, South Africa? My name is Shibu Thobakgale, and welcome to another episode of What's Your Story with Shibu Thobakgale. I don't know why I did that. I'm super excited to have you in studio today. Actually, guys, I just met this guy. You told me that your name is AJ. I don't even know if that's true.
How do you know somebody's name actually?
I don't know. AJ, I mean, like,
Okay.
I'm sure that's not your Home Affairs name.
Yeah, man. Do we still do Home Affairs names this day?
Yeah.
When you're at school,
Yeah.
there's always like a name for you.
Nah,
What was your name?
true. Well, did I have a name?
A
I
nickname?
did actually.
Yeah,
A
what
nickname,
was-
yes, I did. Oh my god, do you want me to go there?
Yeah, what was your nickname? Everybody has them.
All right. The first one, it was, oh my god.
Just
Woo, you won't believe this.
come up with it.
Like, I was super skinny.
Uh-huh.
Like, I was
What?
I was.
Okay.
And then
Well, then what was the name?
Ish. It was Spuku Matambo. Which
Oh.
actually means bones.
That's actually funny. It's funny.
It is. I was skinny. You could literally like see collarbones and everything.
Yeah.
Like I was super skinny.
Then what changed?
I don't know. I just grew up, I guess. Like
Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair
My
enough.
aunt was looking at me the other day. And she was like, "Really, our fasting."
Yeah.
Because like I grew up very skinny. The other one was sled.
Why sled?
Because like if you look at my jaw, I have a very chiseled jaw.
Mhm.
So I sort of like have a pointy chin. So this thing in Sipedi is slade. And then they were like sled.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
grew up
oh
with
my
very
god.
talented people. Man. It made me all those because of
Yeah.
your like body.
My features. You know
body
how
features, yeah.
yes, you know how people are.
Because of
Actually my friend,
Yeah.
Violet, shout out Violet. She gave me that name.
man,
She was
no,
like slide, and I got used to
I
it.
would
I was
I would have
slide throughout
ran
primary.
with it. Yeah, I would have ran with it for the longest.
Is
That's-
it?
Yeah, it
Sounds cool, ne?
Sounds cool. Yeah.
Did you
Sounds
have
very
any
nice.
nicknames
Yeah,
yourself?
but hey, let's pass. It's AJ now.
You see, you're not fair.
Eh?
You're not playing fair.
I'm not playing fair.
Yeah, I
I
was
just-
open and vulnerable with
Okay,
you
what
with my
was my
story.
nickname? What was
Mm.
my nickname? It was usually the skin color, man.
Oh,
Yeah, like they would just like throw up names.
what would they say? Lekgowa.
There was this guy. No, there was this guy
Mm.
who was like where I grew up. There was like a lot of like reggae fans.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
reggae music. There was this guy called Yellow Man in the reggae. So they called me Yellow,
Yellow
Man.
Man.
And then like I would get like anybody would just name it how they
Ne-
feel at the
yeah.
moment. Yeah. So I never really had a stable one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just had a
okay.
lot of names.
But then would you take offense?
Nah, as a kid, yes. I was like, man,
Mm.
why are you calling me that? You understand? But when you grow up, you're just like, it's one of those.
Me?
It's
Yeah.
one of those.
Funny enough, I never took offense.
Is it?
Yeah, I was that kid. I don't know. I was
Yeah.
that kid. I just didn't take offense. Habangwera. I would just laugh. So
I mean, you're a lady
normally-
though, as well.
Yeah.
Like you're a lady though, and it was like, first it was the body weight,
yeah,
and then the
like
next thing it was the feature here. So with me, it was like always like when the guys want to bully you, yeah, they would like have those voices and make fun of you. It was bad. It was very bad.
I'm
But I
sorry.
love it because it made me strong.
ne. Yeah,
it made
yeah,
me-
it does.
Yeah.
So, how do you come up with AJ?
Oh man, yeah, I came up with AJ because when you're an artist, you have to have like a name. So
Okay.
my name, my ID name, we call it home affairs name.
Mm.
It's Molaro. So
Oh.
people were like, they can't just go with Molaro. Like
It's a
imagine
beautiful
Molaro.
name. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful
it's a
name.
beautiful name, but man, you need like a
It was
rapper's
just
name.
not-
Yeah, you need something that when somebody introduces you,
Yeah.
really that power. And so I was like, okay. So my first, it was ART as art. I was
All
called
right.
Art the MC because I was so deep into lyrics at the time.
Is it?
Like deep, like would
Mm.
rap, do battles and stuff like that. So yeah, I came with art, and then as time goes by, man, it just didn't sit well with me. So I wanted to use my sorry,
It's
initials.
okay.
I wanted to
Do you
use
want
my
water?
yeah, he can bring water, this guy. Hey buddy. Because
Sam.
yes.
Sam is angry at me, guys. I'll
Yes.
tell you the story another day.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the case. So when I started, yeah, and then thanks buddy.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you.
So as time goes by,
Mm.
I was like, no man, I need like a simple one, a simple name. So I went with my initials, but MJ was my initials. So we couldn't make it because of there's
Yeah.
already the legend
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
And I didn't want to put myself in that process, like in those,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, no, you know what? Let me just try and find out how I would like merge art with this.
Oh.
So I took my second,
Joe?
Yeah, Joe, and I took the art one, and I was like, AJ, man, that's
Yeah.
easy,
Okay.
simple.
Yeah.
Like even when somebody introduces you or say something,
Mm.
it has a sort of like a bell to it.
Mm.
That okay, this is an artist, so
Okay.
we're gonna get something.
Sam, are we audible? Are we okay? All right, thank you. All right, so that's how you come up with the name.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me just.
can't
let
you
me
just
use-
pull the white thing? Yeah,
there we go.
there you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
let's continue.
All right, so that's how you basically came up with AJ.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you do exactly?
I basically do what in the olden days they call it hip hop and R&B. Yes,
Hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to name one person who's famous, who
Mhm.
does what you do, who would that be? So that we can sort of like understand it better.
Yeah. Yo, it's just that the shoes are too big for these guys. For me to sort of like try and fit
No,
in.
we just
Yeah,
trying to
but-
understand
yeah.
what the type of music that you're doing.
Okay. The goal is, which I'm still trying to master it.
Mm.
The goal is to become locally an AK-ish vibe.
Oh, the likes of AKA.
Yes, and then internationally your Drake vibe, your Kendrick, where they could like have like your loyalty. Those kind of
Oh.
songs. Yes.
All right. No, okay, I get your vibe.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So why music? Why music?
Passion, man. I'm passionate about it. I've always been that guy who is always around music. Like I would do anything to
Mm,
just have music around me, and I just started learning a lot about it and become passionate about it. I think it was just those things you just grow up with them inside you. If
that's so profound.
yes, it's
Mm.
like art. Somebody who's always been interested in art, they
Mm.
end up just falling in love with it and learn more about it, and they get into it, and
Mm,
it becomes authentic
mm.
when you do it.
Okay, so how do you now tell your parents that you want to pursue music? Like, how is that conversation? How does it even start?
It's something that I've always like. I grew up with in an environment where I never consult when I want to do something.
No,
I was just like,
okay.
I would just
Okay.
like go and be like, okay, I did this, and I was that kid that was too quiet, and
Oh,
people and parents would be like, is he okay? What is he thinking about? When boys are going to play soccer, I played it when I was very young,
mm,
but as I grew up, I started like just being indoors watching music videos.
Yeah.
Always like I would never watch movies. I would always just listening to music.
Mm.
Sometimes just watching music videos, and then I'll continue just doing that, and I became that person. And they thought of like a lot of things. Is he depressed or something? Is he like this? They didn't know
Yeah.
that okay, this guy is actually enjoying his time doing this because in my high valley, you need to be chased.
Yeah. It's a motlala strategy.
Hey,
What's wrong with you? Yes.
So it
Mm.
was that, and when I started getting into it, I remember I never consulted, but I remember when like word on the street was there, and then my mom was like, "Oh, okay, so you do music?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then they would listen to some of the music, and
Mm.
eventually I just bumped into my mom playing this other song that I made for her, which I made with this guy called Afro Gold. I don't know if he's still going with that name, but yeah, his
Yeah.
name was Afro Gold from what a guy, what a guy. Ah man, Amaskral, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I made this beautiful song. It's called "Thank You, Mama." It's a very beautiful song. So eventually,
Aw.
I'll just bump into her, just playing those songs. A lot of songs, family, my
Mm.
brothers, sisters, just like supporting the movement. I'm like, oh, okay, this
Mm.
is like getting to where I wanted to go. So yeah, that was like a moment of like a 10 around moment for me. I don't know if that word exists. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. So your parents do support you.
Yeah, they do.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're one of the lucky ones. Because, parents don't normally consider art and, anything entertainment
Yeah.
industry as a career. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
go to school, study. You need something to fall back on,
Yeah,
in case it doesn't work out.
It was there. That was there, and it's still there.
Yeah.
I had to go to school
Yeah.
actually. Unfortunately, yeah, I did school. I studied. I just left with like few things to wrap it up, but
Yeah.
I've done so great that my mom, where she is, she's proud of me about school. So yeah,
Aw.
I
You're a
did well.
mama's boy, ne?
That's the only parent I'm left with actually.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so
Yeah.
nah, it's okay. So
Mm.
she like we kind of like talk a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, in serious things like that, not an everyday thing. I'm not a mama's boy. We talk once in a while, but when we talk, it's a serious talk always. It's never there. I want to check up on you. Hey, what are you doing? It's about
We don't
okay.
know.
It's about how are you done with the school thing? Are you
Yeah.
done with this? Like, where are you? How far?
Yeah.
Serious things only. So that's where I am with my mom. So yeah,
Mm.
I'm blessed to have her around.
Nah.
Yeah.
All right. With everything that's happening in the music industry, we see people online complaining that record labels,
Yeah.
they exploited them and everything. And when you still want to go into that industry, so are you going with a different mentality? Are there any lessons that you learned while you were still outside, and then that you think maybe they will hopefully help you?
I think with me is I've had my fair share of people trying to sign me.
Is it? You also
Yeah.
experienced that?
And it's just that the way everything was like sort of like in black and white,
Mm.
I didn't understand it because it was like a lot of questions that I had back at the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a record label from my hometown called Bugs and Ducks.
All right.
Yeah, which was like managed by my cousin sort of.
All right.
So what they wanted to me mainly was the studio. I have a studio, so I've always recorded myself from the get go.
Oh. So how do you have a studio?
Like
Mommy
the
gave you
small.
funds? Or
Man, I'm a hustler. I started working when I was 18. What are you
Is
talking
it?
about? Yeah,
I don't know. I want to
immediately.
understand. Like, how do you have a
Yeah.
studio?
I bought everything by myself. Like,
Mm.
yeah, I was working waitering, and then I invested in all that. I had everything. Okay, I have everything studio wise,
Yeah.
but I also had cameras, all the stuff. Like I've always been sorry about
Yeah,
that.
it's okay. His phone is
Um,
ringing.
so yeah, I had that situation. I'm just gonna
No, it's fine.
yeah, I had that situation,
Yeah. Let me also check
and
mine because we're expecting someone. Okay. Sorry.
no problem.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
I had that situation and about everything, and I was learning. Like I would go to studio. At first, I went to a friend of mine told me there's this a nice studio around.
Yeah.
It was a guy called Dr. Mario. I'm sure people are most familiar with him. He does play around Rhapsodies. He's a DJ now.
Oh,
He was a producer. He is a producer, not was. He's a producer. He's also a singer,
no.
a good producer, by the way. So he produced the song and I did it. And it was one of the first song I've released in my early years, like when I was starting off. So he's the one that gave me all the like the softwares that I'm gonna need. And he was like, "Yo, go search how you gonna, come around this thing and how you gonna work around uh, making the studio a success."
Yeah.
And he wasn't jealous when I was going through confusion and not understanding where to go and how my sound is not sounding like anybody else. He would tell me, "Oh, go search this, go try this, go try this." And shout out to YouTube.
Yeah. Why would you want to like sound like everyone else? I wanna take my water.
No, I mean the quality.
Oh.
The quality,
oh.
like when you like making a song, you need going through mastering and mixing.
Yeah.
The quality you can tell. It's not
It's
quality,
not the one.
quality.
It's not quality.
So yeah, it was giving a lot of like unprofessionalism. So I went to you for that advice. When I listen to your music, the quality sounds international. It sounds like clean.
Yeah. Crisp.
Mine is just sounds. So I had to make a lot of songs. I'm sure I've written like about like over 100 songs now. If I was to go through my like sort of like my archives, I have a lot of songs that I wrote. Like I was just taking people's beats, writing on it, going back and be like, this song doesn't like. I always wanted to be perfect when it comes to that. So I'm a student of the game. So that takes me back to the question, or why am I so confident with like getting into this music when the record labels are ripping people off?
My question was
Yes.
like go busy ne? in
busy.
industry entertainment like
yes.
and then I was asking, what do you think you have learned while you were throughout while you were still like observing the entire industry thing? So now you are in it. So what is it that you're going to
sort of like
do
avoid being ripped
Yeah.
off? I mean, it's all about when you're passionate about something, you don't just do the art. You learn a lot about, okay, if I get into this, what do I do? Like, what do I need to do? Who do I need? Like sort of like the team that you need. So I already know what I need. You understand? So one thing I've learned was throughout the whole ambitious saga, I just realized during most people need that push, né? But I don't need it. I would go a different route if I was to like come across such a situation. You understand? I would go through, okay, this is what I'm presenting. It's either you take it or I'm still gonna hustle, because it doesn't make sense if you're gonna go into something and then you still feel like you need to go get a job, to sustain your stomach, to actually do a lot of things, to work on your responsibilities. So most people went in with the excitement of it's a record label, not knowing that, okay, this investment or this injection is gonna take you here and here and here and here and here, and they're gonna want something in return.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's business.
Yeah, so I already know the business behind it. I was studying it through the whole saga, through the Mabala Noise, through a lot of artists.
Yeah.
And I figured, oh man, this is actually how I would like sort of like channel myself if I was to be in that situation. I've learned a lot from it actually.
Ne?
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of like Amapiano people now, it's like they're too ambitious to a point where they didn't learn when everything. I don't know if you feel like everybody who went through that was too uneducated or what, and you're just gonna jump in and then you're gonna do better. But
Yeah,
it's
like,
just-
have you ever like, wanted something so bad in your life, and then opportunity
Oh, yeah.
present itself? You most likely like to grab it with both hands.
Yeah.
The first instinct would be like, go for it, because you wanted this for a very long time.
Yeah, but you also need to trust yourself, man. Like if you get an opportunity, use it, but don't go all in. You can't sign up, let's say, a 2-year contract with somebody without even knowing what's gonna happen. Go there, have a hit song with somebody, be in the studio, act like you don't know anything. Before you sign up any papers, have songs that are actually chatting, so that you can actually just tap around. Don't know. I'm actually just branding myself. If I get an opportunity, they'll be like, we know what you're gonna do. However, that's how I feel like they should have done. A lot of people should have done. All right, trust myself that I'm gonna make it. You get into a situation, you release a few songs, and then you don't sign any papers. You give them those songs, and then you believe in yourself so much that you know that in the long run, you're still gonna make songs. So that's an opportunity that you just want to use to actually be known, well known, and tour and go with these people. But don't play around with the papers. It's more dangerous when it comes to like signing.
Oh, okay. So if I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying be willing to sacrifice.
Be willing to sacrifice.
Sacrifice something.
Mhm.
Be willing to work for sort of like for free, something like that.
Yeah. It's like a learnership.
It's like, yeah.
It's like a
you
learnership,
paying
like,
you
yeah.
paying your what do they call it? I will tell you. It's like you're paying the school fees. Like,
Yes, you
you're
understand.
being initiated.
You've been, yes, that's why I'm referring it to a learnership. When you do a learnership, they can give you
Yeah.
2.5,
Yeah.
But you're working as hard as somebody who's actually
Like permanent.
permanent,
Yeah.
who's getting paid like 20 something or 30,000. But because you are learning everywhere, you need to start somewhere. So that's an introduction towards that. So I would give you a simple example. I just found out this story recently. I don't know if we have time, but should I share
Yeah.
it?
Please share.
Yeah,
Can you share? Okay.
The situation between Drake and The Weeknd.
All right.
When Drake found The Weeknd, he wanted to sign him, right? So The Weeknd was around Drake a lot, but he didn't have the fame. So he helped Drake with a lot of like songs in his first album, Take Care.
Okay.
It was way back before we even knew The Weeknd. But The Weeknd trusted his music and his art to a point where Drake tried to sign this guy, and this guy was like, "No, I don't want to sign with this guy." So, but they had this thing, they're around the same area. So The Weeknd used that opportunity. Even though when Drake came and be like, "No, I want this," it took like about 4 or 5 songs
Yeah.
and Take Care. Like if one of them is The Love in the Crew, The Love in the Crew. It was The Weeknd song. It was his own song. So Drake just walked into the studio and be like, "I want that song." It was just taking. And when he took, it was like at some point he was like, "I know I'm taking a lot of songs from you, you understand? However, we're gonna work on it." The Weeknd was like, "It's fine, man, you can take." But he trusted his craft so much that he didn't sign with them. But that man took him into a tour, made him famous. Shout out to him a lot.
Yeah.
In like concert when he's like shouted out to him a lot when he was performing. So that The Weeknd took that. But when he released his album, he was independent. You understand? He had his own thing going on, and he still became the biggest artist even till today.
Oh, I get you.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Don't be too greedy, because if you trust yourself, you have so many songs that you can make.
Yeah.
Just because I made this song today and I feel like it's gonna land, doesn't mean that if it lands, you won't have another one. So just trust in your craft.
Yeah.
A lot of people just feel like, okay, I need that one song. And when it lands, I'm gone. And that's why we have one hit wonders, because they're not passionate about it.
Nah. So the Weeknd sort of like understood where he was and where Drake is and how big Drake is.
And how he can also become as big as,
Yes.
because they had a competition where Drake had, I think it's God's Plan, and The Weeknd had, I don't know, it is that album where it is a reminder. Yeah, man, I'm talking a lot of songs. I'm just a student of this thing, you understand? So in that competition, The Weeknd ended up topping the billboards with like I think 4 weeks straight, and Drake couldn't get that spot. Imagine if he had signed under Drake.
Yeah, ne?
So it's about studying the game and understanding it and learning from people's mistakes. That's where every business, actually life is like that.
Ne?
Yeah.
Yeah. Learning from mistakes. Do you know Colbert Mukwebe? You mentioned
Yeah.
that you vendor. Do you know Colbert?
I know Colbert Mukwebe's music. I only know his son. I've been
Pacey.
around.
His
Yeah,
son
I've
is
been
Pacey,
around.
right?
Yeah, I've been around his son. I've been around Mesophil. That's where Bucks and Ducks. That's when Mesophil was signed under Bucks and Ducks. That's when I was like around him, being in the studio, being around them, and just understanding their situations. And when you study this thing, you can tell, or I don't want to be in these situations. You understand?
Yeah, what do you mean by situation?
Situations like in studios, it's like being around. This is unfair. You're putting me in a position.
No, we want to understand.
Okay,
We
being
need to
around
understand.
the Pori situation, right? If you go to Pori's house now, you're
I
obviously
thought
gonna
it doesn't
you're gonna obviously just this is some weird vibe. So instead of just going there believing that you know what, I'm gonna make money after this, just go there knowing what you might get ripped, and when you get ripped,
Yeah.
know how you're gonna fall back.
Yeah.
How you're gonna bounce off, and how you're gonna make sure that you land fairly with your 2 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this music thing,
You need to know, you need to study everything and that's for everybody. Like it also applies with podcasts. You need to learn these things. It also applies with like any business. If you're gonna get into camera business, you need to understand that there's failures, there's situations where you might fail, there's places where you might be used, there's things that you need to sacrifice, so you need to be sort of like well aware of that.
But it's very prevalent in the entertainment industry, like more than
It's not only in the entertainment industry, let me tell you.
Is
People are getting sabotaged in business.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Everywhere. It's every big business. I'm talking about multimillionaire businesses. People are being sabotaged because everybody wants to be the one who's making the cheese.
Hike. Okay, so in a nutshell, he's just saying, understand what you're doing. What are you in it for? Like, what's happening? Just understand. At least understand the basics.
The basics. Understand
of the game that
you're playing. Yeah, you can't just go there in a chess game and be like, somebody tells you that when you move king, you have to do like this, and you be like, I eventually I know how to play chess. No, you need to really put your head around, why is it that I'm always losing? Yeah, and then you start learning.
So now, are you signed under any record label?
No, I have my own record label.
All right.
And there was a point where I was pushing a lot of artists, but not under a record label. It was just working with a lot of artists around Pretoria. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that we've done and achieved, and I look back and I'm proud of like how far I sort of like gone. I just released a song actually about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it's called Masheleni.
Money.
Yeah.
Yes, I got that right.
It's called Masheleni.
Yeah.
So people go and check it out. It's under A/JAY Masheleni. If you search that on YouTube, if you go to Spotify, anywhere, it's all.
Okay,
all over
it's
the place. A/JAY.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you check Masheleni,
it will pop up. Yeah.
Pop up. Yeah.
Okay. So what are you singing about? What is it about money? Like you want money? Like...
It was influenced with where we were at the time. I was with a boy called King Nene, who's on the hook. Yeah. So the hook goes, I don't know if you guys can understand Chiven. The hook goes,
Uh, do your
Tilingo,
thing.
Tilingo Humbela and Spana, meaning I work hard for my money.
All
I
right.
don't beg.
Mm-hmm.
Masheleni banga ni Tilingo Humbela and Spana. Masheleni banga ni ndowa banga. Ula masheleni ndi mutambo nenda tamba. Barndo wana kai, nari zikani.
All right.
Kola masheleni. So that basically it was influenced by just us wilding out at the time. We had some few cents in the bank and we were just okay, let's talk about this money. And we did, and yeah, man, it's well received actually. It's a very beautiful song. You should check it out.
Is it? I can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right. So, how are you using social media like to promote yourself as an artist? Because I see like social media has taken the game to another level.
Yeah.
You know, people get discovered on social media.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to ask you, is it me or upcoming artists like they are sort of like shying away from being signed? People now they don't go like the route of being signed under a record label and stuff like that. Is it only me or
No,
is it something that's really happening?
It's the social media has sort of like taught a lot of upcoming artists how to play the game.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised with people that are still crying now. Right? Dog, like social media has been talking about this thing.
Yeah.
Since
So information is there.
Information is there. You search for it, you're gonna find it.
All right. You just have to search for it.
How do I use my social media platform? I'm more of an like groundwork guy.
Yeah.
How I managed to move around Pretoria to perform in places like your Europa, your Capello when it was there.
Oh, so you performing also? Like you started performing?
You've
been. Where have I been?
I've performed. I've had a show which was like one I'm proud of. I had a different manager at the time who was like pushing me. Just that COVID happened.
Yeah.
We've been around. I've performed at Europa, opening for Aries when it was still Aries. The performer was still under ambitious.
Is he diluted now? Like, what do you mean when you were still Aries?
No, it was when the music was too commercial at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's no longer commercial. Now it's like rap. Now you out rap you. You understand? Yeah, and I also performed with your Gigi Lamin. When Ambitious was still pushing, we were there performing, opening up. Performed with people like your Loli, who signed by MT now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of like. So we were doing. I'm more of a groundwork than social media. Social media, yes, we used it at the time to promote it, but we're more of a because we are in Pretoria, right?
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you can social media. It can only reach a certain level.
Yeah.
So that's why most artists, when they get signed, which is one mistake that people don't really take seriously, when they sign an artist, let's say under a record label, they take a bigger artist and tour with the up and coming artist. It gives them sort of like platforms.
Okay.
It builds their fan base. So instead of us being signed at the time, we had to go and hustle for shows. And when you get the opportunity, you outperform.
And then you ride on that wave.
Yes.
You know that's gonna be packed.
So that's how I sort of like maneuvered around.
Okay, I see the strategy.
Learn what you do, man.
Yeah.
To all up and coming artists, learn what you do, and don't feel like when your music is not learning, it doesn't mean that you are not a good artist. Sometimes we have to make like about 50 songs to have one song that everybody's gonna be like, what? I have a song. I made a song with King Nene as well called Bidovu.
Yeah.
we were just like, okay, hey, I've been making songs, man. I've
Mm.
never really had my sister listening to my songs. You understand? And
Yeah.
I want to be a commercial artist
Yeah.
because it makes it much nicer when you perform.
Mm.
You understand? The
Mm.
music that people can relate to
Yeah.
and stories that people go through. So
Yeah.
in that song, when we made it, I was like sort of like skeptical about it. The song landed.
Wow.
It landed and it opened a lot of doors for me. And I was like,
Mm.
oh, this is how music is. So you just need to like be comfortable. The easiest things are the ones that land.
Exactly.
The one where you're like, you know what?
Where
This
you go
is-
in hard.
Yeah, it's like Neverland. I'm like, okay.
Exactly. Most artists, they will tell you that, you know what, if they have like a song like that sort of like blew up, they
Yeah,
will tell you like, you know what, this song we were just chilling, you know,
that's what
we
people
were just,
love.
you know, playing in the studio and then we came with
Yeah.
it and we were even hesitant to put it like on the album or something like that. And then
Yeah.
someone just said, no, let's just put it. Kanti is the song that's gonna blow up. Just like also came
Imagine.
yeah, you know.
One of the biggest songs.
Yeah.
Some people don't even know other songs.
Double
Jaiva.
HP.
They only know Bosso Kimang. Imagine.
Like that, yeah. Because when he was telling the story, he was like, the song we were just, you know, playing around. It was not like it was not meant to
Made
be.
to be, yeah.
Yeah, this big. But then, yeah, it's
The
what
same
you're
thing.
saying.
The same thing with Juice Bag. If you
Oh,
hear
by
the story behind,
Nasty.
yeah, he didn't even wanna release the song. He just sent it to friends, and then it landed.
Mhm.
This one sent it to this one, and then now the streets are now he had to go back and be like, oh, this
Nah.
song is this big. Let me shoot a video. Imagine how big the song turned out to be. If he
Dude.
had not be like, okay, let me play it for my friend. Let me
Yeah.
play this one for my friend.
Yeah.
You just need to know that sometimes any song that you make,
Mm.
put it out there, man.
Thing about artists, they want to be deep, you know, they want to,
Yeah, I wanna,
you want to be in it, you want to,
Yeah.
sometimes people, they don't need that. They just need, you know, to have fun
Yeah.
and unwind.
And that's what
Mm.
was so hard to about the single that I just told you about.
Mm.
It was hard for me to write verses because of that, because the verses were too deep.
Yeah.
And I kept on writing. I think I wrote about like 5 verses
Mm.
for that song, and yet it has 2 verses in it. So I wrote the first 2. I was like, nah, it's not landing.
Mm.
You know, when I was asking people like, hey, how do you feel about this? They'll be like, it's nice. And I wrote this other one playing around, the second verse on the song now. Yeah, it goes, Tilingo Humbera, yeah, the jig is up.
Mm.
Flows to pa, had to pick it up.
All right.
Attitude, yeah, you had to pick it up. The Pochifinano Quatelani coleslaw. You know, some simple thing. Hey, when I played it for this
I'm
other,
already German.
yeah, when I played for this other lady, she was like, yo, those verses nice. And the first one was more rap, you understand?
Yeah.
So now I had to match the song. I
Uh.
wrote another verse. I wrote another one, it didn't land. This other time I was just walking around and I was like, why don't I just play around with it? Where do I go? You know? And I didn't want it to sound like the second verse.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it to be entertaining. You hear the first verse, you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then the second one, you're like, what is still? It's like these 2 artists, you
Yeah.
understand?
Mhm.
So the first one that I put was when I was coming from work and I was just walking down the street and I was just like, okay, I'm sharing. And it was just playful to a point where at the end I was like,
I'm
oh,
imagining you walking.
bro,
when
like
you
I
do
look
that.
every time. Like my best verses that I record. It's usually when I'm just walking down the street from a long day
Mm.
and I'm just walking and I'm like, let me just play that beat and that hook
Mm.
and it will land. I would like literally just record it. No, on the street. And you'll be like, that guy is crazy. I mean, it's passion, man. It's passion. That's
something
what I
else.
know.
Being an artist,
Yo, it's a mission, man. It's a mission.
Man.
Yeah.
So, what is the biggest challenge you have ever encountered in your journey or while performing?
The biggest challenge was, that's a great question.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge was mostly the COVID. Yeah, that's when everything just like shut down. It became a biggest challenge in my music career because of one thing. When I came back, ne,
From where?
from like COVID,
Oh,
because I
okay.
was performing a lot before COVID. We
Okay.
did that, and then I think we started performing a lot in 2018, 2019. That's when COVID hit. So we started from 2017. We're performing a lot around that time. So
Mm.
when COVID hit, there's no shows, there's nothing.
Eish.
And when you come back, it's different people that are, it's different sort of like managers that are booking managers now
Oh,
on
yeah.
shows. Like you go to places that you used to perform in. They're like, no,
Mm.
this person is different.
Okay.
It's
Sorry.
different people.
Mm.
Now you have to do that. You have to like, it's just a lot was going on around that time. So it kind of like affected my writing as well. So I had to slow down, go back and be like, okay, how do I bounce back from that?
Mm.
And now we're peaking because last year I recorded a whole album.
Okay.
And I have an album that is not yet released. So we're just releasing singles now, planning on how to do like an album listening sessions. We want to do everything according to the book. So we might come back here. Maybe we might invite you again for a listening session.
All
Come
right.
around
Please
here.
invite us. Yeah.
We will. So it's
Yeah.
like a beautiful album, and every time I play it for people, like I
Yeah.
remember I played it for my brother the first time, and
Mm.
he was like, "Yo, man, we need to do like a listening session." He was so happy. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we're gonna do that." It was supposed to be last year,
Okay.
but with the school thing I told you about,
Yeah.
I had to go to Jersey, come back, and there was a lot of things going on. So I was like,
Mm.
okay, let me just take a step back and finish this. And once I'm done with it,
Mm.
we're gonna plan it properly. That's why now Machelini was supposed to be released maybe about 3 months back,
Mm.
but the planning around it couldn't work properly. So now it's the right time, and more music is coming.
Oh, we're so excited
Yeah,
about that.
always in the studio.
Man,
Yeah.
who do you want to work with?
If I was to look at like the artist in Pretoria, I've worked with like good artists
Yeah.
in Pretoria. I've worked with Bloli Para. That was one person locally that I wanted to work with because we would like meet up in shows, and I would see this guy has the same energy that I have when it comes to performing.
Mm.
I also wanted to work with Loli. It didn't work.
Mm.
I'm still up for it.
All
He
right.
kept on promising me I'm
Shout
gonna
out,
pull up.
Loli.
I'm gonna pull up to the studio. You
Yeah.
understand? But I want to work with everybody, man. I want to work with like more especially people that are not gonna bring the same energy that I have. I love that kind of feel. I love like
Oh.
if you're a singer mostly. I love working with singers. If you
Mm.
are a singer out there and you're an upcoming singer
Mm.
and you don't have a studio to record and you just want to
Mm.
showcase your music and you want to feature people like me who are open to features, I'm here, man, and we can organize it. Anybody, I don't discourage, but you need to know your stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
just come
I
there and be
mean,
like,
yeah.
I know how to sing, and then next thing you could get into a studio and you're like, "Ooh." Nah, you need to know your stuff. You need to know your stuff. You need to know how to move. Yeah, you need to know how to move
Please,
somebody.
guys, no chance takers.
You see,
Ne? Mm.
there's people who are like, no, I know how to sing. And then you're like, okay, give me something. And then you hear, mo. I'm not
So,
success.
how do you go
mo.
back and tell someone that? Ish.
It's hard, man.
Oh,
More especially with the
ish.
hip hop
Mhm.
artists. I actually stopped working with a lot of hip hop artists because of that. Because I would give them my time, and it feels like you're just taking chances, and
Mm.
you're wasting my time. Because like I invest a lot in my time.
Yeah.
So no, I know how to sing. Or maybe the friend of a friend be like,
Yeah.
no, I have a cousin who knows how to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp, come through.
Mm. Yeah, so
Right,
no,
you already
must
there,
you must
like-
ask for a demo or something. Please send me a video of you doing your
Yeah,
thing.
that's the thing. With me,
Mm.
I never had that chance to have a demo before. I had to
Mm.
pay for my first recording session. You understand? So when I went to this studio, I think I've recorded to like 3 studios.
Mm.
I was paying like about 400 at the time. It was a
Mm.
lot of money. And when you
It
get
is.
there,
Mm.
the guy you're giving him money, he doesn't care. You
Yeah,
understand?
because
You're like, okay. And then after the song, you're like, you listen to it, you're like, I don't like this sound. And then you go to a different person, you come back, I don't like. But I feel like it was just a way to sort of like mold me to get to learn and go and buy equipment and start studying from
Yeah.
scratch, and then
Yeah.
being in a position where I'm like, okay, now I'm comfortable. I can record at any studio,
Yeah.
even if your producer is not good or your engineer is not good. I'll be like, okay, my vocals, I'm gonna work on them, and I'm comfortable with it.
Nah.
Yeah.
All
So
right, man.
it's a long story. We can have this conversation for like 3 hours. I don't know. Do we still have time, Mr. SM?
No, we are about to finish.
Okay.
It has been nice, ne?
It has been amazing.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
No?
It was nice. It was nice, man. It's just like it took me back to a lot of things that I've like sort of achieved. Like, and I'm like, oh man, like I've really done a lot.
Yeah, it's like that. When you tell someone what you have done, what you have accomplished as a person, that's when it starts to click that actually I've been working.
Let me just name people that I've worked with. Let me try and name them.
Yeah.
I've worked with, like, more especially, I'm gonna talk about local artists because I'm so passionate about them, because
Local.
I don't wanna more especially, I mean local as in Pretoria now.
All right. Oh, Pretoria.
Okay, Pretoria, no, not the local, your AKAs or what.
All right.
No, sorry, man. I'm mentioning AK a lot.
You were a
RIP
fan,
to
ne?
him. I'm a big fan. I always listen to his music. I also I was a big fan of Casper. That's weird. And now I'm a big fan of AK. No, it's because I'm passionate about the music. So there was a time where Casper was like dropping music a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like passionate about it. I'm like, okay, now I'm a biggest fan of AKA and Kamoki KO because like the longevity and how it keeps growing. So I'm learning a lot from this artist.
The
So
consistency.
I feel like the world kind of like robs a lot of art with AKA. Right? I'll sometimes sit back and be like, imagine if that man was still around. What kind of vibe or frequency? I don't think Piano is gonna be moving the way he's moving now. If that
But then
guy was still there.
AKA, he was here when Piano was still here.
No, remember at the time there was a lot of fallouts with his like relationship, personal stuff.
Okay.
When the Piano, because Piano really, really landed after COVID because of the shows that we was watching a lot.
The Channel O thingy.
Yes, it was like pushed a lot. That's when we get to be saved. Who's this guy? President
but then
Estrada.
Piano, no, man, Piano.
It was landing.
there. It was.
But okay, let's talk about the biggest Piano song, back then before COVID. How many?
Umbali. I can't sing. I
They were
want to
not-
sing, but
They
then I
were
don't
not
want-
okay. They were not a threat to hip hop.
But then
Let me
what was
put it.
happening?
There was a lot of
In
music,
hip-hop
man.
thing.
There was
As
a
in,
lot
they
of
were
music
not
that was
dropping.
there. There was a lot of music, man.
Okay, maybe
Everything
I'm not a
that
hip-hop
because
fan.
you're not a hip hop head, you understand. But there was a lot of hip hop songs that we could relate to as artists and listeners or fans for hip hop.
All right.
Now now you try and listen to it, you're like, it's not. They're not giving you that chilled vibe. Like at the time we had like the Kasi raps, we had the cheesy
But then that
raps.
was way
with, like,
before,
a
guys.
lot.
That was.
Remember now Piano took over to a point where everywhere you go, in a car, in a taxi, you just like there's no hip hop that much.
What was the biggest song before COVID? Yeah, hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop. Fela and Versace.
Fela. I like the song.
You understand? Fela and Versace, I think
but
Kiboma
then that was in
2018, Kiboma 2017.
Yeah,
there.
28.
But remember, COVID hit
2018,
2019.
19. It was 2019, eh?
2018, 19. So that's when the whole COVID hit.
COVID.
So we still had biggest song,
All right.
give me 20 million when I'm good, because I'm good for it. You know, all those songs. We had songs that we could vibe to in a club. But after COVID,
then Piano took over. Like the traction. Like, sort of,
There was just a lot with
it gained traction, eh?
yeah. it gained
All right.
traction a lot.
Okay.
See, I did my
Yeah, well, yeah.
I started this thing, man. I understand it. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
But it's peaking now. It's actually peaking. Like if you look at like everything with what Seta did, if you look at what the songs that have been made, Leo Lemon's Lemonade, it was after COVID. Um, if you look at that, that's why I was like, they robbed us. The world really robbed us good music with what happened with AK.
Nah.
Yeah.
Shame.
Because like he was more of a sort of, how do I put it, a leader to a new wave.
Mm.
He would just take somebody random, be like, oh, this guy, take them.
Yeah.
Oh, young, I mean, like
Yeah,
nobody
one thing
knew,
about
you know,
him,
like,
he had a very good ear for music.
exactly.
Even with Better Boy.
Exactly.
Like, you
Before Benna Boy
before
is
Better
like,
Boy could be, you know, what
even
Better
the
Boy is now.
even
Like,
the kid, I don't know if Kid Dominant, the one he did Fela and Versace with.
mm,
It's like random people. So he was doing that with South African artists as well.
nah.
Yeah, I think the album had a lot of like new artists because the last song one of the last songs that he dropped, there was this guy who was a piano guy, the one who'd wear, still the piano guy. What man, DJ?
I don't know.
What man? But po 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 po. Na, 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 na,
I
na.
know you're on your own.
You don't know
I know the song.
The song,
but then I don't know.
that guy, he
Mm.
was in AKA's song.
Mm.
So he was he was gonna change the whole thing. I think he had it planned. So
Nah.
yeah.
No, he was good.
Yeah,
He was
he's
good.
a whole guy.
He was good.
So yeah, this interview won't end if we start talking about music because I'm a very big music
Guys,
fan.
he wants to leave. Have you ever?
It's been like, okay, yeah, man.
Like-
If you feel like we can run it. We can run it. Just come with the
Nah.
questions.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice.
Considering that this was what unplanned, ne?
Yeah.
We just had an unplanned.
Yeah.
No.
Wrong, right time, right place. Is it
Yeah.
wrong? Yeah, right time, right place. Situation.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, man. Thank you for giving me your time. Sam, we have a signature question. Ne? I came up with this thing. It's a signature question, so we're going to be asking everyone this question that comes to the show.
Okay. Sounds so intense.
Cause no, it's not. It's not even that big.
Okay, you know when you have
I
to
just
put your
wanna-
signature somewhere. Like, okay.
I'm just
No, I get
romantic
it. I
like
get it.
that.
I get it.
No. Because this is what's your story, ne?
Mhm.
So we wanna hear it from the horse's mouth,
Yeah.
ne? Our slogan is stories, no stereotypes. It came with Sam. Like if it sounds it came up
Give
with
us,
Sam.
give us like,
Aranging stories, no stereotypes. Yeah.
okay.
So and then yeah, I tried to link that to the signature question, which is what is the biggest misconception people have about you?
Being perfect.
What?
Yes.
All right.
A lot of people that
A lot
don't
of
know
people
me,
think you're perfect.
that don't know me, they
Mhm.
think that guy's life is perfect.
I wonder, yes, I wonder why people would think that.
I don't know. It's how you carry yourself, maybe around people that don't know you.
Is it?
Yeah. But people like what's saying, what was it? Ole, it's happy that man. I understand. But if you don't know me,
Sorry.
if you don't know me and I come right in front of you
Mm.
and they say, Justin J, we have a conversation, right? It's where you're gonna be very, very misled because you would think, oh, because I'm a very, I don't know if I should say outspoken person.
Mm.
Yeah, like if I was to get into serious, because I'm learning life, you understand?
Yeah.
So whenever I get into serious conversation with people, or whenever I'm with the serious people, I become the
Yeah.
serious person. You understand? So
Mm.
people, and mostly, I'm always by myself, and I'm always thinking, I'm always planning, and it's always that conversation. So I'm only, crazy around the people that I'm comfortable around.
Oh, so people think that you are.
Yeah, I've had people being like, dude, why would you do that? we thought this and this, and I'm like, I'm also human, bruh.
Oh, so they think that you can never do wrong.
I
You can never do dirty. Like
yes.
you too clean.
You're
Like
too
you
clean.
or scorn.
Or scorn. Yeah,
So you're like, guys, I'm human.
I am human.
I can do dirty.
I think, yeah, I can do dirty as well. Everybody can.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's situations that
Mm.
puts you under that umbrella.
Okay.
Yeah.
You-
But I'm
you
clean,
like the word
guys. Now I'm
situation, ne?
clean. No more dirty work.
You like the word situation, ne?
I feel like that has been like sort of like a weight on my shoulder as well. That, when you're so like tuned into barricading that thing that you tell yourself, I would never do this. Like seeing people making mistakes, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I won't be around that situation. And then as you grow up and you face more challenges, right?
Yeah.
You start realizing, oh, that person was going through this. That's why they made that mistake. And then you realize it after you made it.
Yeah.
I told myself I'm not going to do this.
Mm.
And then you are in it. You're like, what's one?
Never say never.
That's where people be like, what's one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it has been a trial to me as well. Being that I just wanted to put it out there that I'm human, guys, and yeah, there's situations that are gonna put you in a lot of weird places, and you need to survive.
You need to survive.
Yeah,
Right.
that question is done, right?
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, one last one.
No, the question was, are you done with your answer? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
I think I don't want to over-explain it.
All right. No, we
Yeah.
get it. I get it. Hopefully,
it,
like
man.
everyone gets it.
Yeah.
All right. So, how do people connect with you?
Yeah. 07 what's up? I'm kidding. You're gonna find me on Twitter. It's A_JAY _S_A for South Africa.
All right.
Yes. And on Twitter, I think it's the same. On Facebook, it's the same. I changed
TikTok.
it. It's a city boy,
Oh, okay.
A_JAY_SA.
What's
On
up with the
TikTok.
like lots of underscores?
No, it's like AJ straight. It's just like two initials. You understand? So the AY, it's just to make it more.
You making your name too complicated, man. AJ.
Nah, I'm an artist. I have to be complicated, man. You can't just
No,
be an
it should
artist.
be easy for us to connect.
No,
with
but
you,
it's AJ.
sorry.
Yeah, it's AJ. On TikTok, it's also AJAY_SA.
Okay. A_JAY_SA for South Africa.
Yes.
All right.
If you search that, you're gonna find me.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on YouTube, that's when you're gonna find a lot of music.
Oh,
think I have
so
a
there's
lot of
like
music on
there's
YouTube.
stuff like
A
lots of your
lot.
stuff on YouTube.
Yes, it's also it's dash JAY
SA.
SA.
All right.
But the easiest one is to go and search Masheleni on YouTube. You're gonna find me.
All right.
You just find AJ
Masheleni,
Masheleni.
guys. Masheleni is simple. It's
I
MES
can't wait to perform it actually.
SHELE.
MASHELENI.
Yeah, Masheleni is simple.
I can't wait to perform that.
You can wait.
Yo,
Are you going to invite us?
it's a banger, bruh.
Where are you performing?
We're working on our like new strategy and where to perform because the last time we had a show, there was a lot of things that happened. So now what we're doing is we're planning it from start, trying to get our own DJs, everything like that. So
All right.
it's if you follow me, you're gonna find out.
All right.
Just follow me on Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
You say what, TikTok?
TikTok.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back fully on TikTok as well with the
Mm.
concept because there's a lot of concepts that are coming in. We're just planning because I'm tired of just like I think just doing things without planning.
All right.
It kind of like contradicts a lot. Okay, it contradicted a lot of things.
Yeah.
With me.
My-
The
my-
timing, it doesn't work with timing. It doesn't work with a lot of things, and that was my mistake back then. So now it's like explaining the time and how to. That's why the album is being held so back, back so much. Yeah.
All right, whenever you're ready.
We're ready.
Because we are ready.
We're ready.
We can't wait to jam.
We invite you. Where do I get you as well?
Well, I don't know. How do you want to get me? I don't know. How do you want to get me?
We'll talk about the invitation, and we'll also talk about, we'll come through to the podcast to just talk about the album as well. That will be like explaining the album and how we're going to move about it, and that is going to come as planned as well, unlike today.
Yeah.
You understand?
But unplanned things are nice.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it has been amazing being on your show. Thank you. For having
No,
me.
man. Thank you for agreeing to do this with me.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, do you have any question for him? No? Okay. Sam doesn't have any question for you.
Yeah, we did well. That means if
so
he
we
doesn't
good.
have any question, we did
All right,
well.
Sam Asambe. Thank you so
Sure,
much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. We love hearing from you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram is Shibu Thobakgale, and then on TikTok is Shibu Thobakgale. And do I have a page? Yeah, I also have a Facebook page as what? Shibu Thobakgale. I don't know. But then if you search Shibu Thobakgale,
You'll find
me.
Shibu Thobakgale.
You'll find Shibu Thobakgale. Thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.